Welcome to the Evolve Beyond Limits podcast. I'm your host, Stacey Geisel, self-mastery coach and mentor. The mission of Evolve Beyond Limits is simple. Fall in love with your life and change the world in the process. And each episode of this podcast is dedicated to helping you do just that. It's designed to bring you one step closer to an aha moment that could completely transform your life so that you can keep evolving into your fullest potential. The reality is how you show up in the world matters, and I don't want you to waste another second living a life that doesn't light your soul on fire. So let's have some fun. Hello, and welcome back to the Evolve Beyond Limits podcast. This is your host, Stacey Geisel, and I am so excited to continue on with our human design series. So if you haven't listened to what is human design, then make sure you go back and listen to that episode. But today we're going to talk all about the projector. We have discussed generators and manifesting generators and manifestors, and now it is the projector's turn. So if you are a projector, projectors make up about 21% of the population. And just like the other designs, what they're here to do is of vital importance to the humanity being able to move forward in the survival of our species. And so as a projector, you are here to be one of the wise guides of the world. Projectors are here to lead through, they're going to be the next generation of leaders because they lead through guidance, not force. They're here to guide people to their next step, not tell them what to do. And it's a very different type of wisdom that the projector leads with. Now, a projector is their strategy. So how they kind of interact with the world is they have to wait to be invited or acknowledged or recognized for their wisdom. This is one of the most difficult things for a projector because a projector has to be patient while they wait to be acknowledged or invited. Projectors have gone their entire lives. Projectors, I would say, are probably the ones that are the way that they function is so different than what we're culturally taught that it's hard for them to wrap their head around being a projector a lot of times. Even though they've probably felt like life never fit for them, it's still hard to break the conditioning that has happened to get them to this point. Okay. So a lot of times projectors are out there feeling unseen, unheard, under-recognized because they aren't waiting to be invited. They aren't recognized for what they really bring to the table. And the problem is that if a projector tries to share their wisdom, it doesn't matter how correct it is. It doesn't matter. It could be the wisest thing in the world. If they try to share it without being invited, no one's going to hear it. And so then they become bitter because they're like, I don't understand. I'm sitting on this gold mine of wisdom and no one wants to hear it. Right? So projectors are in a unique situation because while they're waiting to be invited, their biggest thing is they have to take care of themselves. They have to fully enjoy their life. And usually we put that off until after we get to a certain point. But for a projector, it's super important that this is the first thing that they do. They take care of themselves. They do what feels good for them. It causes them to be more magnetic to the people around them. It's a pretty cool gift if we can learn how to work with it instead of fighting against it. And most projectors have been fighting against this for most of their life. So some of the gifts that come along with being a projector is, again, they hold this innate wisdom. And where that wisdom comes from is probably lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes. And they're here to use that guidance, but they've got all this wisdom inside of them. They've been observing the world and the people outside of them since they were little. They care more about what other people are doing than what they are doing. So they hold a lot of wisdom. They have a gift for really guiding others and being able to focus their energy. This is something that a lot of generators and manifesting generators have trouble with, is focusing their energy. So they're actually very good guides for them. They're very intuitive in nature. Again, they're observant. They're always observing everything that's going on. And when they're living in alignment with their design, they are truly magnetic beings. You want to be by them. You want to hear from them. You want to know what they are going to say next. The challenge for projectors, what projectors have to watch out for, is one, they're highly prone to burnout. They're highly prone to burnout because they're always trying to keep up with the world around them, right? They can be looked at by others because they need more rest than a lot of the world, than the generators and manifesting generators. They need a lot more rest than them. So they can be looked at as lazy by those people. And remember that manifesting generators and generators make up 70% of the population. So they have a hard time understanding the rest and recharge time that a projector needs. Projectors are also very sensitive to the world around them. So they're always taking that on because, again, they're observant, and their observance for being able to look outside of them and see all of these things oftentimes creates a lack of awareness for what's going on within them. So it's really important for projectors to have people around them that can help them see when they're maybe neglecting themselves, when they're putting themselves last, when there's something that maybe they need to peer into about themselves and recognize. Because they're very good at looking at outside of them and everybody around them. They do struggle to look within. Okay. And having that own self-awareness. So having a support system that can do that can be really beneficial for a projector. They need to be recognized for what they're doing. But if they try to be recognized, then they're going to be rejected. And so it's this really interesting push-pull that a projector is working with. And like, I need to be recognized, but I can't try too hard. And that can be an interesting dynamic to play with. And then, like I said before, when projectors are not living in alignment and they're not feeling heard and they don't feel seen and they feel under acknowledged for the wisdom that they hold, they then become bitter and resentful towards the world. Because they know they have something huge to offer and yet they're not able to. And the more bitter and resentful they get, the more repelling they become. So this is, again, another thing that they need to play with and work with. Now, the goal of the projector, really in its essence, the goal is to build a life that they love, to follow their passions, and then to wait to be invited and recognized for their gifts so that they're able to guide others in the way that they were put on this earth to guide them. Pretty cool. All right. I hope that you are loving this series. And if you are and you want to dive even more into your own human design, then make sure that you go to the website. And if you put in the information to get your free chart, you will also get a free ebook that has a lot of what I just talked about in there. And then it also gives you the opportunity to book a human design foundation call where we will go into all of the nitty gritty of the gifts and the challenges that come with your specific type, as well as your decision-making authority. And so that you can truly start to live this and live according to your design so that life becomes more fun and more excitement. You feel more fulfilled by what you're doing. You just have more clarity around who you are and who you were born to be. So until next time, let's go change the world.